What's up, everybody? And we are live. Am I celebrating the end of Pride Month? Absolutely. I don't think any group should get a month to be like, look at us. Is there Women's Month? All right. As soon as I see people chatting, I'll say all that I need to say, and I'll let you guys go. I just want to address the fact that Jonathan reemerged yesterday, and it's called a vendetta, apparently, that I have for him. So that's adorable, y'all. Good morning, Eloy. You are that motherfucker, Eloy. Oh God, there she is. It's the appendix growing off the side of Damone's abdomen. Yay, Missy's here. Now we can all have fun. Yay. First of all, if I don't know if that catch that Sam put up is unedited on Rumble, but that was a pretty long one. There's about 40 minutes of interrogation. He really had to chop it down for the TOS, but my hats are off to him. I think he did a good job. The Blue Room was kind of funny. The cutbacks, very Skeet Hansen, Chris Hansen-esque. All right, we got 32 people in here. We're growing. I'm kidding, Missy. Good morning. Jesus, people are so sensitive. Somebody's got a case of the Mondays. Scooby, yeah, you got beat by a ne'er-do-well Scooby-Doo ragamuffin team. Yeah, that guy Josh Kizavat. I didn't even think about how different it hit till Sam's actually the one that kind of pointed that out. Just he was a highly dangerous, convicted sex offender, not for CSAM, but actually lewd and lascivious acts upon a child. So shout out to the whole team for, especially the decoy for finding that guy and, setting the trap and letting him, these guys expose themselves. So, all right. Your nipples are sensitive. I'm happy to know that, Eli. Thank you, sir. It's actually what I was going to put out a poll. Who thinks that Eloy has, highly sensitive areolas? But not a single person cared to know. So you're a fucking weirdo. All right. So Jonathan reemerges last night. Do I feel a certain type of way for Sam for letting him up? No. I think Sam was actually giving him enough rope to hang himself. So no, I don't think that was for clout. Ooh. I would like to live here, folks. It's a dope-ass condo. No, I don't think Sam was exploiting Jonathan. First of all, let's just in the chat on a 1 to 10, where do you put Jonathan's credibility? I want to put my finger on the pulse of the community, because that'll kind of dictate the way that I play this. So if y'all actually feel like answering the question on a 1 to 10, Jonathan's capacity to be honest, I just want to hear what y'all would quantify that as. Fucking White Claw at a 0. I want to see a couple, not just me, because I want to keep this fair so people don't think it's just me having a vendetta against the guy. -1 for NTF. Bullhand says 0. Yeah, because this isn't like some fucking like LBGT witch hunt. -10. 1. You give him a 2, Top Fellowship? Okay. All right. Jonathan's climbing credibility in these YouTube streets. So anything this guy says, even if it's a retraction, even if it's an apology, he's just showed me like a sociopathic capacity to be dishonest. And I'm normally like the most gullible motherfucker on YouTube. And this guy just sets off red flags in me every time he talks. And he said not thinking that they should have a path, that like just saying that they should be rehabilitated, that they shouldn't have a lifetime on the registry. I mean, dude, I'm not saying you're not allowed to have those views, but I wouldn't say you're allowed to have those views in our community. Um, yeah, John, I definitely think there's some weird stuff with you. It's not a personal vendetta. And John Wick movie, to me, you're like a bottle capper, dryer lint. Like, I don't care about you, Jonathan. What I do care about is a nefarious person among us, especially somebody that will try to cancel catchers, cancel decoy. And I told you this, man. I can't make you leave the internet, and I'm not going to harass you, but I can typically show up where you're at, and I can respond every time you talk, and I can just remind people that you accused a predator catcher of grape and justified it because someone else unaffiliated with him did it to you. You can chat with unaccompanied minors at the border. You can maintain communication with them via applications such as Snapchat, which have disappearing messages and allow users on their platform 13 years or younger. According to you, I can't say the F word, Jonathan. I caught that this morning when I listened back. So you get to pick and choose who's a catcher. You get to pick and choose who's a decoy. You get to pick and choose who says the word faggot. And you get to pick and choose the opinions that are acceptable in this community. No, dude. I don't really hate people, Jonathan. And I hate to admit this, but I think I hate fucking pedophiles, child predators, pedophile sympathize. Like there was a point in time where I was like, nobody's beyond retribution. Not what you said. I thought they should be on the registry for life, and I want them getting fucking clapped up in jail. But I was like, hate's a strong word. Anything in any way, shape, or form that supports, condones, or normalizes the sexualization of children, which includes men in drag, Jonathan, that is a sexualized costume. I don't know how many times I have to spell it out to your dumb ass. That is sexual in nature. The very moment a man puts on a pair of fishnets and lipstick, it's because he wants to feel something. We're not going to put on like S&M leather-bound outfits or like naughty schoolgirls in front of the kiddies. All right, so something's going on in the chat. Who did Locksmith have a dedicated live stream for? I'm really confused. I fell asleep right after I was on Sam's last night. Oh, was it Shauna? If it's Shauna, that's actually kind of a fun troll comment. I got. So yeah, like I told you, I'm not gonna keep y'all long. The guy just slides back in and thinks that things are done to him. Yeah, he gets to decide who uses the F word, which is faggot. Guy has the inability to care about anybody in the world other than himself. I don't think he's evil. I want nothing to do with him. I don't want to be in his proximity. I don't want him in my space. And what you guys do is up to you. Like if you guys choose to, the community always speaks. So, if you guys think he's got a spot here, that's fucking fine. Yeah, NTF, go live. Bad guy's being a bitch. Are we canceling lock now? If anybody has anything they want to comment on from last night, I'm going to drop the link for just a couple more minutes. Good morning, Quantum. Good morning, Eloy. I didn't know Shauna was a racist. That's news to me, y'all. Yeah, and he said the other thing too was, and Sam actually painted out a question. He's like, did you regret the fact that he reached out to Tommy to tell him, he's like, hey, I want to be the tour guide for your son into gayness. Like, that's fucking weird, folks. False allegations are a favorite tool in Jonathan's toolbox. Don't let that shit get to you. Nobody likes you, bro. BG was being a bitch. Oh my God, they're going to trade Russell Westbrook to Denver? God, he's got to be getting long in the tooth by now. Is nobody going to come up? I dropped the link, I think. Bad guy, you have nothing more important to do. Just get up on panel because you know you want to. You're just happy I'm here because it takes the heat off you for being the panel whore. Nobody in this community has jobs, motherfuckers. I don't know. Anybody think we're off the mark with Jonathan? Holy shit, y'all. There's a big ass fucking peacock in the street right in front of me. A peacock in the wild. Can y'all see that? Can y'all see that fucking peacock? That's crazy. Hey, bird. Snorts from Animal Fury. I'm not funny today, bro. I can't believe that dude came back on a Sunday in front of everyone, and he's legitimately just so the lack of self-awareness. Somebody should make an account called Jonathan's lack of self-awareness. It would be like if I went to an Omega Sci-Fi reunion. You know what I mean? Just sometimes folks do not belong. But whatever. I got to work today. I'll drop the link one more time if anybody wants to talk shit. That's cool. But I just wanted to respond to the fact that Jonathan went up there and he said his actions with Kevin were quote unquote regrettable. You said that bird ain't real? All right, bet. All right, y'all. So yeah, told you that's a real ass bird, y'all. Who said that bird is fake? That bird is not real, said a fucking degenerate. Yeah, that bird's real as shit. All right, we got somebody. All right, look who took off of work to come up and say hi and keep me from being lonely.
Well, they got a minute or two, but don't let this shit get to you, buddy.
Ray thought that dude was J. Robin Drag. Uh, you ever see a peacock in public, Eloy?
Yeah, many times.
Where?
At the zoo?
No, I mean in the wild, bro. Like not in a cage.
No, bro. Did you let that peacock fly?
I'm a peacock. You gotta let me fly.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen one in a wild, no.
NCO says local Fox News: Clemson Jimbro chases local protected mascot, causing thousands in damages.
Hey, Ray, I got a question for you, my guy.
What's up?
How many times did you watch that replay of that knockout?
Probably 25 or 30. Like in sequence,
Yeah.
not just the head kick, like the all the events leading up to. I mean, it was early in the second round, but
Yeah, even in that first round, he was rocking him. So it was an eventful, freaking short fight. I said, freaking, Missy should be proud of me.
yeah.
What's up, Quantum
Well,
Epic?
as much as I love Poets on, man, today is a Jonathan Robbins. You think I'm wrong with this guy, Eloy?
I don't, but I don't think you should let it get to you as bad because everybody has their chance to have karma come back on them, you know? And
Okay.
don't let it spoil your day or even your morning. I mean, yeah, it's a mood killer, but you know what? You're better than that, dude.
Thank you. I heard Vic up there last night too, man. That's the guy's actually pretty smart and a decent storyteller when he's not having a breakdown.
I like watching Vic play with his wood.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I
Ray
honestly
has-
do. I like watching people like make things from their hands. You know what I mean? Like custom building or making stuff. I think that kind of shit's cool. It's a cool craft.
Ugh. And Matt, the morning after, dude, said that he's going to do a story on. He's going to cover Feature Man, if you remember who that is.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I think that's. I think the community will be happy to not. Happy is a weird fucking word. I think it'll be interesting for people to actually learn about that dude. Truly
Yeah,
a predator hiding in plain sight. So, well, go back to go for those of you that don't know. Eloy's job is he's a fluffer for the Reality Kings.
no, I work for Amazon.
Oh, okay. I was
I'm kidding.
way
I
to
don't.
way to dox yourself, fucking idiot.
I'm kidding. I don't. Who you call an idiot? How dare you? Let's see what happens when I deliver your package, motherfucker. Just kidding.
All right, I got to give me 1 minute, guys. Bye.
Talking to my buddy Ray. Am I in trouble? Sorry. Hello? What's a fluffer? So I guess I'm by myself. What's up, people? I will read comments. Just like what Locke says, everybody drop your cash app. We'll see y'all later. Thanks for your help. No problem. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, much fun at work. Treating employees how awesome they are. Love them. Yeah, I got that quantum epic. Yeah, what time are you going live, Matt? Thank you, SEO. I don't think so because I'm not really much of a talker, but yeah, I do appreciate it. No, I don't do DoorDash. DoorDash, it's risky. It's risky. You never know who you're delivering to. Oh yeah, you're good, Quantum. I sound normal. What's normal to you, Andrea D? What is normal? Well, Matt, be sure to get your coffee ready, brother. Coffee ready with your kitty. That didn't sound right, did it? I don't brag about tattoos, Missy. Just one. And you know which one I'm talking about. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Miss Missy. Missy calling me out last night.
Missy should call you out, bro. You're a menace. After Jonathan, Eloy is where I'm coming next.
What's that?
I said after Jonathan, I'm coming after Eloy, bro. You're next. Like, Missy is right to call you out.
Do you know what for?
No, it doesn't matter. But after you, then it's fucking her, bro.
Ray.
We're gonna destroy this community one by one by one.
I'll leave before you destroy it, because you know why?
Why?
I pass out before I tap out, bitch.
That was a fun. Joe Rogan said, "Fuck it, I like the guy. I like his moxie."
I was waiting to use that one.
Dude, Dr. Disrespect, man. Should we make him go in the cage against Poetan for his penance?
Yeah, why not?
That was a bummer, man. The guy's got close to 5 million subscribers. I said to Sam last night that I will know all I need to know about the world by where he's at in 4 months.
Yeah.
Like, if people can look past what he did and just be like, it's okay, he should still be allowed to talk to children. I think at that movement, I don't think anyone should stop catching, and we shouldn't stop. But I think at that moment we know that the opinion of the masses has changed. If that guy can just walk back into life, start streaming video games for kids and talking to children after what went down, without making I don't even know if there's a way. I'd have to see the chat logs, but who knows, broski? Who the fuck knows, right?
Well, that's what sucks about technology, is that it leaves so much open for Preds to do this kind of shit. It's fucking scary. Like, anybody could make up a freaking, god damn it, Missy, freaking. Like any kind of platform, like even video games or whatever, just that's where they could feed their fucking sickness,
Well, dude, I had this thing where anybody who's like our age, child predators, they either had to lurk around the park or be in a fucking windowless van. I'd say specifically in the last 15 years with like mobile phones and tablets, like now 5 and 6 year olds are often left unattended with an internet connected device. Just like criminals with, phishing and scamming attacks have gotten smarter. I think pedophiles have gotten bolder and bolder because they don't have to be up close and personal anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, I hate ever making a joke regarding that, but it's almost like now pedophiles can work remote, if you think about it.
Yep. Yeah, that's exactly how it is, man. Work on the go. That's what they do.
So, I don't know. I'm happy. Most of the community seems to agree with me on the Jonathan thing.
I do, but
yeah, and it's funny too. It's not ruining my day. Like, I don't take it personal, man. I just, I just wanted him to know that.
You're disgusted, right? Like that feeling? Like you're just like, ugh.
it's the same as when somebody like, look, man, I'm not like the biggest Donald Trump guy in the world. He leaves some to be desired, but like when someone tells me that they love Joe Biden and they think he's an amazing I wonder how they can come to that conclusion. And just the way that Jonathan moves and navigates through the world, it astounds me. You know, the unwarranted, you know, the man is often wrong, yet seldom in doubt, if ever.
Yeah.
But yes, and yes, Matt, that's he did get cocky because he thought there was a gag order. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I think like he's been on the field with the Chiefs doing like NFL days and with the good guys playing. Like this guy is not, you know, this ain't Dr. Disrespect is not EDP. You know, EDP was he was a lolcow kind of celebrity. Like Dr. Disrespect got himself into like some really elite circles of people. Oh, it's the he says it was the 49. Yeah, I knew he did something with the NFL, man. But you know, the guy's got enough money, man. Even if he just hides, and you know, he never used his real name. Always wore the wig and the glasses. So he, you know, it's like EDP can't go anywhere. You know, there's no hiding for that guy unless he loses 150 pounds and grows an afro. Ray, they come to that conclusion because they have no idea what they're speaking about. They are willfully true. But yeah, that's and it's cool now too, man. I actually get to. I do like what Sam did last night. I think he upped the game as far as production quality on our side of the fence, and I'm hoping that he lends that to more catchers.
Yeah, you know what? I did like the way he did it. It was really, really well done. But it's not a criticism. It's just kind of like how do I say it? Like a just what I've thought would be cool is if everybody got to do like a little part of an interview or like commented a little bit as well that was involved in all that. But yeah, I totally dug the way he edited it and did the talking. It was cool. I liked it. Freaking.
Oh, Dr. Disrespect's real name is known. I did not know that, SCO. I've only heard him referred to it. I just mean to the general public, like, you know, there's like, it's funny. My buddy's kids. I don't know how. I guess his dad told them they were 8th grade, 9th grade, whatever that is, and his dad was telling people, he's like, you know, Ray catches these bad guys looking to meet kids, and the little kids. I want to say it was at Thanksgiving, and they were like, oh, did you see the dude who caught EDP? And I'm looking at these kids, and I'm like, holy shit, man! Like children are aware of this movement. So that EDP thing was like worldwide news when it went down. Gag order doesn't hush whistleblowers, and there are laws to place to protect them from civil litigation. I think that's what happened with Chelsea Manning, the dude that became a lady, and also Edward Snowden.
Hey, Ray, I got to get going, brother.
Go on, get the fuck out of here, bro. Get the fuck out of here.
All right, well,
I'll
talk to you later, brother.
Yeah, you do that.
Yeah, have a good day, man.
All right, peace, broski.
Peace out, G.
All right, so his name is Guy Beam. There we go. We just doxed Dr. Disrespect on a morning stream in the pred catching community. Let's fucking go. Dr. Disrespect said there was litigation in court against Twitch and it was settled. Anyone know who sued who? I have no idea, K Swizzle. That's more of I'd assume that a guy like Matt or Ed or Sam would, they do a little bit more of the actual journalism. I just do opinions on what I know, which is pretty empty at the end of the day. So fuck it. All right, I think that's it. So yeah, Jonathan went up last night, and I'm not allowed to say words that other people are. In his words, because of the animosity. His decision to usher Tommy's son into the embracing arms of the LBGT community was a quote unquote regrettable decision. And no, Jonathan, I cannot make you leave the internet, nor would I. I just, this is, everybody's got their red button, Jonathan. This one's mine. I don't want any of your opinions to become normalized, and I don't want anyone in the community to become desensitized to some of the things you say. My F word. Good morning, Serena. Good morning. I'm betting most of the paperwork is sealed, but I'm sure some will come out now that people have spoken up. Anything that just reminds the world that powerful people want to touch kids, I want that to be fucking blasted from the hilltops. Plus it's a fun way for us to get off the dragging for, a day or two at a clip here and there. Are you really getting a write-up, Eloy? Is that... Holy shit, there's a roof rack in the highway. If someone tried that with me, I guarantee it would be a regrettable decision on their part. I hope that would be the thought process of everybody here. MasterCard. I can't imagine anybody would want unsolicited communication with their children about their orientation and their sex lives. It's not for them. It's not even for the school. That's for parents at home. I really hope Eloy's not getting a write-up. I'll feel pretty shitty. Matt's fake asking if people will be interested. That dude will just put out content on shit he finds interesting. But the fake sentiment of like, oh, if you guys want to, that's adorable. He's probably like 32 pages deep into fucking 4chan and Reddit right now on Guy Beam, aka Dr. Disrespect, after he's put together a PowerPoint presentation on the feature man. But it's cool, Matt. Just be who you are, man. Let it fly. Come out of that journalistic closet. Be proud. Some of the gamer news channels have covered this and released some of the supposed conversations. They were definitely inappropriate if they were truly the... Again, man, we don't know. We'll see what it is. You don't do investigative stories because you think other people will find them interesting. That's called content creation. If you like doing news journalism, you do things that need to be investigated. It's the difference between your chat and mine. Anybody else want to? I'll drop the link one more time and then I'll shut it down. It is a beautiful day, y'all. 83 degrees, not a cloud in the sky. Beautiful, beautiful day. But it's also 8:48 in the morning. It's going to be 102 by noon. I have to have my balls surgically removed from my inner thigh because it's so hot out. Josh had a funny comment too last night. He said, "Is this a catch, or did I just come here to listen to Ray over talk somebody?" The answer to both those questions is yes. Anybody's welcome, y'all. And what time is Matt going live, y'all? Is it 9:30 in fucking Texas time or 9:30 my time? I don't know what time he's gonna. It was fun too. I love watching Sam squirm when he's like, it pains me to say, but Ray did a good. I really like watching that guy just fucking flounder and be uncomfortable, and had to have me up on his panel last night. That was something about me. Just loves watching that man become painfully uncomfortable. Oh, 2.5 hours. Yeah, that. If he was going live in 20 minutes, I was gonna try to stay on, but that ain't fucking happening. Especially because none of you fuckers are coming up. Totally uncalled for is not in here. Ed's not here. Guy Mantug's not in here. Bad guy fucking dipped out. They're probably watching on in the fucking boys server. Ray, any comment on the good guy making a threat to call CPS on NTF? Yeah, don't do it. Yeah, and if anyone had a legitimate concern for the welfare of children, that should have been done in private without the public statement regarding an inquiry. I've called CPS on one family that I knew, and I didn't tell anybody I was doing it. Eloy, did you really get written up or no? Inquiring minds want to know if you actually got written up at work for being on panel. I dropped the link, Missy. You're more than welcome to come up. Justice for Eloy. Well, that's what I'm saying. Let's totally remove the community context from it. Anyone that's gonna, call Child Protective Services, the last thing you want to do is give an alert to the parents, so they could at least try to cover their tracks. The only thing they have to really protect kids in that regard is the element of surprise. So yeah, don't do that. That's literally exactly what I just said, Matt. Oh yeah, okay, that's yeah. Yeah, other than catches, man, anytime I've ever involved like law enforcement or officials with anything, even if it was a complaint about a business, I saw a guy who was exploiting labor, and they didn't have fall protection for guys, so I called that in, and it was on a big job too. It wasn't like two guys in a truck. There was like a big construction outfit that were putting their guys in a really dangerous situation. Yeah, I'm not going to walk up to the foreman and be like, hey, man, you guys don't have scaffolding or, harnesses or fall protection. These guys are, 36 feet above on like a 8-pitch roof. But whatever, man, people are going to people. Did Brandon and Ed throw down last night? Did I miss Did I miss the epic battle? Fall protection is for bitches. Okay, well then, I'm a bitch, bullhand. All right, last link drop. No one ever remember the days when panels used to be full. All right, well, if nobody wants to pull up. Hopefully Matt will have something. Hey, if anybody, hopefully Matt has something on both Feature Man and Guy Beam, aka Dr. Disrespect. I think that would be a much needed reprieve from the internal strife we've all been having. And with that, I'm gonna sign off because nobody wants to talk to me. Oh, his name's Herschel. Goes by Guy. Okay, Herschel Beam. Ooh, nobody's been named Herschel in like 86 years, except for Herschel Walker and the dad from The Walking Dead. All right, y'all. This panel's fucking talk about The Walking Dead. I'm the Talking Dead. Nobody's talking to me. The content's run dry. I addressed Jonathan shit that I had to. Sam, good job on your new production quality. Matt, step it up with the Dr. Disrespect and Feature Man things. Apparently, Sean is a racist. Brandon and Ed are heading down for an Ed Tommy-esque apocalyptic throwdown. Eloy got written up at work, and Bullhand doesn't care about the safety of blue-collar workers. I think that covers everything that's our 60-second recap. Link for Jeff. Oh God, why K Swizzle? Why? I'm trying to move on past that. I don't need anybody else, unsweetened baby Ray. It's diabetic friendly. Freaking. Well, Missy, there's my failed co-host. She can never live up to the hype. Okay, Swizzle, before I do that, I'm going to ask you a real question. I'm going to wish you a happy birthday either way, but is it legitimately your birthday? Okay, Swizzle, from the Leadership Council at Sweet Baby Ray 42 and Sweeter Baby Ray 42 and sometimes Fiery Automobile Accident, we want to say congrats on being born 28 years ago, this day, this same position as we hurtle on this biological spaceship around the sun, inevitably headed towards our demise. You are 1 year closer to being dead. I hope you do something amazing today. And so come up and address Jonathan. We need a female opinion. 5 minutes. Just come on. Missy, come up and I want a woman's opinion on the Jonathan situation. if Angela G says you're allowed to. David Goggins has the best birthday. He's like, wake up. What's up, Joe Rogan? It's your birthday. That means 47 years ago, you were in the opportunity to die. Stay hard. See if Missy actually pulls up. What's up?
Hey, how are you?
Is this really Missy? Am I about to get P-bombed?
It's really me.
Okay. You sound different today.
Well, it's 7 o'clock in the morning, dude.
I have a question for you. It's 7 o'clock on the dot. Where is Usher?
Where's what?
It's 7 o'clock on the dot. Where is Usher?
Dude, I feel like that's a cool kid joke that I don't know.
Look down in the chat. Someone's going to get it. Once again, it's 7 o'clock on the dot. Where is Usher?
He's something about a drop top.
Yes. Cruising the streets.
It took me a minute, but I freaking remembered it.
Yeah, that's that 7. Yeah. Serena knows. We know which half of Serena answered that question. YouTube.
Panther, yeah, I'm not as awake as I usually am when frickin' Damone gives me a couple of minutes before I go live.
So what I do hope that I hope Sam gets to release the unedited version of the Josh Kizavat catch on Rumble, because that was a good one. I kind of felt Sam did a great job putting that together last night, but there's a lot missing in context. Like that was a long and tense interrogation.
I didn't get to watch it yet.
That's probably that was the most satisfying catch I'd ever done.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. He did the premiere first, and then he went live with his week in review, right?
Yeah, he did the video premiere. It was only like 11 or 12 minutes long, and there were like 5 or 6 minutes of him kind of like walking through, what was done. So it was very professional. Just that actual interrogation, I think, was pretty good. That guy got tongue twisted, flabbergasted, and I tell you what though, like if I was in Tampa, Josh K, that guy can get fucked sideways. But
Okay. Well, yeah, I haven't been able to watch it yet, but I tuned into his week in review like super late, and I rewound it to the beginning. And so I heard him kind of, saying good things about your interrogation style, which I've only seen that one catch of yours, and I really liked it. Dude,
well, that guy was drunk as fuck. That was in a lot of ways, I felt like I was talking to like a 3-year-old. No, this guy was. This guy showed up to a casino to meet. There's either a 13 or 14-year-old little girl who had a grandma that drank a lot, loves to gamble, and leaves her unattended. And he asked for like updated pics, where she's at, changed the meeting. Like this guy went through. This guy was slick.
Yeah.
He did everything he could to avoid the inevitable consequences of his actions.
That's right, because Sam was talking about you guys using decoy for kids, Sammy, to help with those pictures, right?
Yeah, Sammy was able in real time to superimpose like an age-modified picture of Decoy in that area on a backdrop where it like, and it was all done like in a matter of minutes. It was that was a big effort on a lot of people.
Dude, she's freaking amazing.
Oh, she's They both are. I'm a big Sammy fan. Have you ever talked to JT Colfax on a panel, Missy?
I don't think so.
Good morning.
Oh, he's on panel now. I was reading frickin' Bullhand's comment about Goggins. I don't think anybody should ever try to break a frickin' Goggins record.
I only came up because you two and anybody watching, you should put a bucket next to you from for what I'm about to show you. I didn't
Uh,
watch Sam's last night either, but I told him a couple of days ago I heard some internet guy got busted, and I didn't have any info or anything, but they found it, and so now you all know about this Doctor.
Disrespect.
What's his name? Doctor
Disrespect.
Disrespect. So just now I'm all groggy. I just got up. It's just turned 7, and he has 8 million Facebooks. And wait till you see this.
See, I'm not the only one with 7 a.m. morning voice.
What does that say, JT? We can't see it.
It says Pederolissimo.
What the frick?
Yeah, like he's like Generalissimo, like the top guy, but Pederolissimo.
That's legitimate?
It's on his Herschel Beam IV Facebook, and he has other ones with that IV and with Herschel Guy Beam. So this is him with a shirt that brags about it. I wish I knew what the rest says. It says like Dual NGA Gobernero. I don't know what any of that means.
Compañero means partner. What it's in Spanish? Just tell me what it says.
Yeah, but it kind of looks almost maybe Tagalog or Filipino Spanish or some kind
I thought you said. I thought you said compañero.
Gobierno.
Oh, never mind. I thought you said like COM. Never mind. Disregard. Hey, do you have any? Now that we're talking about it, the sex offender catch. You got anything you want to reference?
Oh God. Well, first of all, I mean, I'm still just like, who would walk around on a shirt bragging that you're a pet? And in this doxing awful community, let's work on this guy. But that guy, every time I see him, it just makes me sick. There were so many others that were, that Kevin, what was his name? Yeah, Kevin, right? The urine-soaked, sun-baked piece of crap, who would have just probably met if any sucker woman of any kind would have come over there. He'd have been glad to meet somebody just to sit and have a cheap Schaefer beer. But that guy, the ped last night, what was his name again?
Josh.
I really slept well last night. I don't know what I'm talking about, but Josh, so scrubbed up and so manipulative and ready. And then, of course, minimizing with I just took her shirt off, her top off. I mean, he's exactly what this whole thing has always been about, like the professional. You don't see them that often. All the catches everywhere, like somebody as professional at it as he is. You just know that he's probably done it so many times.
JT Bullhand wants to know if you unblocked him.
Oh my God, I keep hearing about this every time. It's like I've been really, really busy out of my house for like 6-7 hours a day, and
I would say go ahead and don't unblock him, because the next thing he's going to do is beg for a wrench.
It's just more like I don't care, and I don't ever deal with it, so therefore it's always a year between the last time I was in that the part where you block and unblock people, and last time I did it, I hit, there's something like, clean out something, and I did that, and it made my Insta not be able to. I can't leave messages, I can't watch lives, so I don't feel like it. You know what I mean? Like if it was so easy right in front of me, then what the hell? Okay, but it's not important to me.
So suck it up, Bullhand. You're not getting unblocked.
Yes, eat oatmeal the rest of your life. Bland oatmeal.
So was that the predator that you remembered most from that weekend, JT?
Yes. Like the very first one, little, very young guy, fairly forgettable, probably
No, the
just
first guy was the Indian guy from Citibank.
at the chocolate factory.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a total pred for sure. The second guy, then, at night by the auto parts store.
Yes. Advanced auto. Yeah, the young kid. Not yeah, he was like 24, but yes, that was the one I decoyed.
Yeah, he's more like could go either way, just lonely, making a mistake. He's young, just maybe sees them as around his age. Couldn't make a good judgment on that. But the chocolate factory guy, way too old and calculating. Totally out.
The guy was like a vice president or a CFO of a major bank. Uh, yeah, Missy. I think did we get 5 or 6 that weekend, JT?
5.
We had the Indian guy, the younger fella.
Oh, 6. There was, in a sense, there was 6.
Yes. Okay, 6. That we got 6 that weekend. Yeah, but that RSO, him and the Indian guy were like the two most terrifying guys, in my opinion.
Yeah, when you drive, you make up some bullshit to your wife, and you drive 120 miles to do this.
Well, the Indian dude came all the way from like south of Tampa. He drove like 2 hours and change to meet the child, and that was when I'm not saying this happened, but theoretically, for fictitious purposes, Christy jumped in front of the car, preventing him from leaping. Not saying that happened. I'm not saying that happened, but just for a fun storytelling time, imagine if he did.
Yeah, that
What
was
is that
all
we're looking
before
at,
my
JT?
time.
We're not showing it good.
Yep, that's Dr. Disrespect.
Yeah, and that picture is the next one. So that's him, the Pederolissimo. You want to be head ped? Okay, but I hope we work on him. Well, it sounds like a lot of people are. The reason I found him was because people were going like, he was in some gay group, an ordinary group that just talks about shit. And they were like, what do you all think about this? And that's the first I ever heard of him.
Let me ask you a question since I got you up here, JT. Have you seen a little bit of the way I've been covering Jonathan and his issues?
It's not really, but I've heard about the trying to meet and save Tommy's son thing, and that is just appalling. You don't just go inject, try and be in somebody's life that you just heard about on the internet to save them. If there's anything we've seen with all the catches you've ever seen combined of anybody's, how often they say, I was just going to help her or him or whatever, you know what I mean? They all say that. It's such a ped thing to say.
And I hate to do this, but we don't have a lot of members in the community that can speak. And I don't associate drag with the LBGT community. But when he said that he thinks that 4 and 5-year-old children should be allowed to go to drag queen story time hour, would you give us your opinion on that?
That's ridiculous too. And I know drag queens. I used to hang out with a lot of drag queens in New York. I used to write jokes for them. I used to accompany them in town cars over to the Limelight because they don't like to go by themselves.
Holy shit, the Limelight.
Yeah, remember that.
Isn't that where River Phoenix passed away?
No, that was in LA. That was the Viper Room.
Oh, somebody was at the Lime. Something happened at the Limelight.
Everything happened at the Limelight.
Limelight, Sound Factory, and Rock. So, and I kind of made a reference to that. Even though it's for fun, drag is like it's a kink in nature, right? So it's at least loosely sexual. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say is like the drag queens I know or others that they know me from online now. Like there's this one in California made national news for mocking and knocking this concept, as in drag is for midnight. It was drunken people, adults in a bar, A lot of people enjoy that humor. Totally straight people too. Look at New Orleans, Finocchio's, the whole entire bar full of dragon is all straight people in there having fun. It's not for children.
And then there was one more I wanted to ask you if catchers and decoys, do you take exception with the fact that they use LBGT dating apps to catch predators?
Not really. They're very active apps, and
Yeah, Jonathan decided to speak for the gay community, and it's funny that that's one voice, and I kept telling him, I was like, I don't think you speak for the masses. And according to you, that my theory seemed to be right.
well, why don't you just go ahead and have sex with Jonathan? You're so obsessed with him. But at the same time, he's always been a weirdo. Anybody that would still try to come on to me after 2 years, a 300-pounder, 60-year-old, I mean, like, I think he's a sexosaurus, you know what I mean? Like, have sex with anything. But his thing about these young boys, I mean, it's go. You know what I mean? But my place is like covered with cigarette smoke. Should I go down to the border and get some kids to come clean? Oh, I'll help them. I mean, it's just clean it up, and it wouldn't that be ridiculous and odd and weird if I did that? I mean, that's insane.
And if you did happen to meet, like let's say you were working and and you were a teacher, and a kid said, "Hey, I'm coming out of the closet," or this is that. Would you communicate in private via Snapchat with minors?
No.
This is where I think I'm taking crazy pills, like where people are saying I don't have a vendetta against the man. I'm just going on the things he's released. And did you hear he said that he wants to get rid of all decoys?
If somehow I was in that position, like a kid started crying and I started talking to him, I'm like there for a reason, like I'm a teacher, I would try and get him with a counselor. And one thing's for sure, I would make sure I was never alone with him. Do whatever I can to push them to some place that can help them immediately. But I'm going to hang out and be your mentor. I'm going to teach you gayness. There is a thought of like how much that's needed and everything like that, but it really doesn't work. They've just got to get more comfortable with themselves, get older, meet some other people. That's when it starts gelling, like for you to live your life. You know what I mean? But not to have some creep come and control you.
So this is a good question from Drone Racer. He says, JT, as a confirmed gay yourself, would you describe our distaste for Jonathan as homophobic because he says it is?
No. All I get is jokes in here. I cause them a lot, and they're not harmful. You know what I mean? Every now and then you might see one person like, I hate that fag or something like that, because people hate me for other reasons. But I've never felt any particular, not even the slightest, like real hatred about being gay.
Well, that's the same thing as people saying things against Obama and being called racist because they didn't like his politics, or Tommy Boy going after women and saying that, he's, masochistic. It's just people are always looking to assign a hate word.
Yeah.
Well, the easiest way to discredit your opponent is to paint them as the villain.
Well, but the thing, like Jonathan is one of the other ones around here that shows that he's gay every time, and he's never gotten any hatred that I've seen about just plain he's gay. You know what I mean? None at all. And and then people have always been like, "Why don't you two hook up?" And the jokes that you get when you're gay, they're not harmful. They're not harmful at all. I've never seen anybody truly just like come nonstop attacking Jonathan for being gay. But it's because you're going down to the border and picking up strange boys. You're trying to meet an internet person's son who has been molested. You're going to come help them out of the blue, out of the internet? These that's not being gay. That's being a pedo or a weirdo.
Yeah, sometimes people play the marginalized group points to be free of judgment. And it was cool too, man. Even though so many people over here have such a strong dislike for Tommy and CPP, I think everybody was kind of advocating for Tom when they're like, why would you reach out to Tommy's child?
Well, he and I's history and everything too, but I would never in a million years even think of something like that.
Oh, the panel channel just put out a video on Jonathan.
What does it say? What's the title?
Something about him denying the Alex neighborhood brochure things, whatever that was.
Shout out to the panel channel.
The Alex what?
So there's people in the community say it's confirmed. Jonathan denies it, that he posted literature of some sort, or he had other people post literature in Alex's community.
Yeah, I think I've heard him say that.
That's many people say they have heard him say that. What would kind of make me laugh at this point is if he said that as a ruse, and now he's a victim of his own lies. That would be almost too delicious. If that were to happen, like if he said that just to fucking light the world on fire.
I'm pretty sure I heard Alex say it too, that it happened.
Well, nothing. Everything here is documented and chronicled, so it will come out. And
between the panel channel and Tommy Boy and frickin' Damone, you can't get away with lying around here. It's gonna catch up with you.
These let me put this cigarette out. Look at all of this guy's accounts, except for probably this guy that owns a McDonald's. Unfortunately, I'm doxing him. He doesn't. But all of these other Herschel Beams, all of them are Dr. Disrespect.
if the panel channel's in here, I don't think the panel channel gives a shit about a view. If somebody wants, how long is that video, Missy?
I only saw the notification come through, but the panel channel is in here.
I know, I just saw them comment. If it's a short video, I'm happy to play it for the panel channel. Since I don't think panel channel cares who plays their videos.
No, they've always been really good about that. I think that if I try to check the length, it'll kick me out of StreamYard because I just opened it up in YouTube.
Okay. Somebody could tell me what the timestamp on that video is, and if there's, or if not, just fucking go to panel channel after this and watch the video, come to your own conclusion. I'm sure someone's gonna. JT, I think that
6
your panel
minutes.
appearance is how long?
6 minutes.
Oh, we were all watching. Yes, that's when he. I'm okay. I was hoping they were going to tie it in with the clips of him admitting that he did that. But
now I found one, and it's just chock full of young boys as friends. This guy has been flying right out there the whole time. Has nobody ever heard his show or anything? I don't go to Twitch. I've never even ever been to Twitch.
I didn't even hear about that guy until all of this stuff.
Is Twitch another kind of pedo-infested thing like Telegram?
no, Twitch was. I think it was initially invented so. It's weird. Kids today seem to like watching other people play video games. So I think it was kind of created so you could watch your favorite gamer stream. I never understood why anybody would watch someone else play video games.
Yeah,
Well,
I know.
I did it.
Hey, don't you want watch me? Do you want to watch me play Major League Baseball for the next 6 hours?
No, that's a hard pass for me, pal.
So I've
I
only
was
been on Twitch once, and it kind of has like a panel quality like this. So there's like a chat room in the bottom, but you can be kind of up on panel and watch people play video games and talk at the same time. But that was like the only time I've ever been on Twitch.
Okay, now I see that language above Pedrolissimo it's I believe it's Tagalog, the Philippine language. So naturally, he's hanging out because he's got all these little Asian boys that look like they're 15. And now I see more in type about him posting his video games that has that. It's kind of Spanish, but a little off, and that's why I can't read it. Yeah, he's a world traveler to. He's probably a sex tourist.
Do you think that's why we don't catch a lot of the Josh types? Because the more successful ones are going to countries with like, concierges of children.
Lord knows what happens in those countries. People just love it because they just, come out of their hotel, go down to some square where the boys hang out and get them. Or there's bars full of them in Thailand. Lady boys.
Well, bad guy, why don't you come up and trade places with me and talk about Dr. Disrespect? I'm a hop down anyways.
Thank you, Missy.
Thanks for letting me up, dude.
Always. Hey, JT, what was I hate to even address it because it's we're kind of on a different topic, but did you call Frogger's mom?
No, and I didn't know the number was even available. I put a title. We were drunk. There's our pass. It was a period of heavy doxing, and Frogger was hacking at us nonstop. We didn't even know he was different. And so we had a title that said we're going to dox, I believe, LARP and Frogger. But it was just to have the title and say that. And then he suddenly actually makes the phone call. I didn't even know he had the phone number.
Yeah, from what I know about you, it didn't sound like something. It didn't sound like something you would be advocating.
Yeah, and Meow has repeatedly admitted that, and but they still want to say that, and then they want to say I should have cut it off then. And you might have a point there, but it was also the first time I ever used the iPad and therefore had the phone available to have a guest. Since you can't, I don't know how or if you can bring them up when you're just using YouTube. Whatever, but that's the way I did it. As in, that way he could call me, and his voice comes out, and we were talking and all that. But
Well,
the other night, he grabbed the phone out of my hand at a bar, the night after we met Locke. Then we were just not paying any attention to a panel, but Locke was on, so we popped in, and then he grabbed the phone out of my hand and said even worse shit. And then we argued the rest of the night about it. So I don't like it. I never did. And I'm not particularly guilty. If I am, I'm a grain of guiltiness in an overloading cargo truck of guiltiness that's his, not mine. And also, mind you, they like to do Frogger can't talk and all that, but we did not know that.
do you regret that it happened to Frogger and his mom? That action?
Yeah.
Okay. I hope he hears that. I want to go back real quick. Do you remember on the Josh catch when I kind of walked up to you and I was like, hey, JT, do you want to get in here and talk to this guy? Do you remember what you said?
On which one?
On the sex offender.
Oh, the Josh?
Yeah.
Wish you were dead.
No,
Like,
when I was in the middle of it, I was like, hey JT, if you want to talk to the, and you kind of like you put your hand up and you're like, I can't,
no,
and
that was the big fat guy at McDonald's. That was the guy that we tried to go to his house, and you went and met his wife, and
oh, that one you were much more, but it was the same thing on the Josh one. You were just, I just want, or either it doesn't really make a difference. What was it that made? What was so overwhelming with that you could not?
him.
Uh,
Him, I might have been afraid I wouldn't control myself. I did say something like, "You should be buried alive," to him, but it was the other one, the guy, the former prison guard.
yeah,
Uh, because I went
that was
into,
Broomer.
yeah, I went into the overcrowded tourist area McDonald's, and it was just filled with like little girls, all so happy. They came from Disney World today, or they're going tomorrow, or what I mean, all peppy and happy, and little families everywhere. And I'm just like hot from the walks and exhausted. And we got a pret outside. We've been doing it for over 40 minutes probably, and I had to get something to drink. Went in there, and to see all these little girls, these are exactly what this guy is after. And then I was just overwhelmed. I couldn't deal with it anymore. On that one, all I did was pull out one of those. Remember those 4 little cartoony things I made?
Yeah, this is my first time. I wasn't going to do anything. I was just trying to help.
Huh. That's funny. I was just trying to help. It seems like we have seen that before. But I did pull out one on him because it fit him like a glove, because you knew one of these 4 would have to. So I just pick him out, one, here's yours. But I did see at the end of that, people probably think it was you saying it at the end. It's just at the end of the Sam's video of that last night. I've seen that, but I haven't seen the show at all. But where I said something like, when you get in that car, look in your rear view mirror and remember that you were just off the registry for 3 weeks. And he kind of looked.
Yeah, that guy was on. He was on 10 years, I think, felony probation, and he was off for 3.5 weeks when he showed up to meet that child. That's a guy that's a compulsion that I'm chemical castration, or send him to an island, or like there is no path on earth for that guy to ever be normal.
Actually, I told Chris Hansen about that, not like with the microphone in the crowd or anything, but kind of like a walking bridge. So it was just me talking to him, and he was like, it happens all the time.
That's where we find ourselves, man. When did you enjoy meeting Chris Hansen?
Yeah, I was very surprised. Like, I'm so old that when the show happened, as soon as that became like a thing, I started watching it all the time. And I've never been a person like, oh, it's Wednesday or something, I'm going to watch this show, Game of Thrones, or any of that stuff. I never get addicted to TV. But that I did. It swept the nation. Every single episode seemed to be in the paper the next day. Now he caught of this and caught of that. It was a wild sensation. And up until the bitter banging end. And then he went away for all that time. And so then the last time I saw him was, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years ago. And he just seemed like a broken down eel. He was in all this financial trouble. He was in the news for stuff like that. Like his life was falling apart. And he started, I saw clips of him like webcasting or something looks just like an ordinary apartment. And I thought, man, you were making all that money and now you're down to this. And he seemed bitter and everything. So I had a negative opinion of him at that time. And I don't watch his new stuff. I just don't see it. I guess I would watch it if I thought about it and looked it up. So anyway, I had a negative opinion of him, but then to meet him, please don't do the, oh yeah, I'm smoking a cigar with my feet up on the table. Yeah, me and Chris Hansen go way back. Bumped into him a few times, talked to him, but to meet him, you find that he has a very, it's a dry sense of humor, but very crisp and on point. You know what I mean? Like he's a very, very smart person.
What's your favorite TCAP catch?
Man. Well, of course, there's always the naked guy. You know what I mean? Like, you believe in this so much that this little girl is alone in this giant freaking house, and you just rip your clothes off at the door. Have some cookies. It's like,
well, there was more than one naked guy. There was the Indian guy who wanted the girl to do something with a cat. Then there was the slow guy that Chris caught the next morning again at McDonald's.
oh yeah.
And I think there might have been one more too.
And the guy eating the like, I'm gonna go ahead and eat the pizza. It's like,
that was Jeff Sokol. That was not even TCAP. That was Hansen versus Predator. I think that was the second generation of his exposures.
Really?
That guy was a fucking psycho.
Or was he smart like a fox? As in, like, you're going to jail, so cram some pizza in, because you missed dinner time.
That guy needs to be obliterated. Jeff Sokol. Yeah, there were a couple of guys that really stand out in my mind.
How about the ones they don't last long for a good reason? That is, you don't get the whole big catch because they walk up with their 5-year-old son.
That's one where Chris says, "I'm not going to do this." And if memory serves correct, that guy and his wife actually gave up custody of their child because the wife wouldn't leave him and the courts wouldn't let him be near the child.
Good.
So, well, no, but think about this. His wife, and I don't know if I'm pretty sure it was that catch, but either way, there's a catch on TCAP where the wife gave up custody of the child because she didn't want to leave her husband.
Which just shows even more, if that child had stayed there and mother doesn't give a shit, Lord knows what had or would happen.
Then do you remember the guy who spilled the margarita?
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
That was in California. That was he was a medical, I think he was a surgeon, if I'm not mistaken. He went in the backyard. There was with the Asian girl decoy, and she left like the frozen margarita on the back.
Oh yeah, yes, yeah.
And then, do you remember Ray Romano, Pred?
Give me some more.
He was like, I don't like driving at night because it's dark out. I'm going to Atlantic City because my brother's in Atlantic City. He was and he's like, but I'm not gay. I'm not gay, but I like Atlantic City, but not at night. So I thought I'd stop by. It was that guy was, I forget his name, but they called it because he kind of sounded like Everybody Loves Raymond. I
don't particularly remember him. I remember, for some reason, I can actually see the margarita being mopped up with a rag, but I can't remember the guy. To me, it's like, oh my god, help that margarita.
He was a slender, nerdy white guy. Really nothing. I just remember, like, imagine a guy making $600,000 a year and get like, everything in life. Like there's some of these guys, like that guy Kevin we caught. His mom's 85. He lives in a trailer. He's drinking a can, not showering outside by himself. Like that guy doesn't really have a reason to live. Not saying that it gives a reason to be a predator, but it's like I could see how anything is on the table for somebody like that. Whether it's drugs or robbery, but when you see these guys who have everything in the Indian CFO guy that we caught, guy's probably got an $800,000 house and he's driving a Tesla, and guy can pretty much get anything he wants at any time, and he was willing to throw away 51 years of sacrifice, education, work, and savings to
And his
to spend.
family.
Yeah, and his well, they. I just can't in my mind wrap how somebody could come to that conclusion where that's what they're doing. It's crazy to me. It's absolutely crazy.
It's just you know, you know of their uh, their origin. You know, I mean, like culture. That guy's culture. You know, he probably just his wife's just gonna have to take whatever he says, and it's like, yeah, I have to have a business meeting on Saturday or whatever. And also the fact that wasn't. I'm not sure of this, but which decoy did that or anything that, but whether the guy picked it or not, or decoy did, but the chocolate factory. Because if the man picked it, that just makes it even worse for me. That like you live like 120 miles away, but there's this little chocolate factory thing that kids would like, and you pick that to enhance, like maybe to bring the girl, she'll come out if you go to the you buy her some chocolate or something like that. Clues like that where it's like it's grooming, and I just fucking hate it.
So, actually, that's a really good point you just brought up because the first catch I ever went on with Alex and Jay, probably about 3 or 4 years ago, there was a kid, not a kid, he was 28 or 30 from California, but he invited the girl out to like a wing spot where they serve beer and wings. So you can almost in your mind see him trying to lie to himself that this girl is not a minor. Like maybe he's trying to do these mental, like he knows what he's doing, but maybe he's somehow trying to justify. When you tell a kid you're going to take them to a children's movie or the chocolate factory, you're embracing the fact that is a child.
Yeah, I remember either Ghost or PvP had a catch in a mall, and the Pred had already bought tickets to some kids movie or something, and was literally so believing this boy would show up, but instead he meets either Ghost or PvP. And he was something about like, what about the tickets? And I was like, that's your fucking problem.
Well, how about NVCap doing a catch, and he had to show his driver's license to the Predator. The Predator could not grasp the concept of what was going on. Ryan's trying to say, like, I'm here to catch you. And he's like, what do you mean? And Ryan's like, I'm not 14. I'm 20, not however old Ryan is. And he had to pull out his driver's license, show it to the Predator to, like, let this guy know that he was being. It was just one of those moments where I'm like, the stupidity of the world sometimes amazes me.
There's another one with this was definitely a Ghost one, where the Asian Pred was sending pictures for some stupid reason. Like he was in a big luxury hotel. There was a great big like oval bathtub, and he had Asahi Japanese beer or something in the bathtub with water in it to keep it cool, I guess, in a hotel. But more grooming, like, we'll have beer, we'll wash each other, and shit like that. But the part that just really killing, I mean, like, it's pretty much a dime a dozen. I'll buy you liquor, we'll have sex type thing in this Pred thing. But that he just like insisted, that he wouldn't even put the effort in of coming to get the girl. It's like, have your mother drop you off, and that these people can be. It shows how twisted they are. As in, like, you really, even for your own security Pred reasons, you think it's a good idea to have a 13-year-old's mother drop them off at a luxury hotel, and the mother's not going to say a word. Like, have fun.
Well, my first solo catch, the guy that came to meet the minor, we were out having dinner and drinks with friends, and we were kind of explaining to them what the community was all about. So we wind up saying, all right, we're going to decoy now. And so either way, the Predator, who actually wound up getting caught again later by iCatch Preds, which used to be DAP, South Carolina, he had the child sneak into his mom's. Basically, we said that the mom's passed out drunk in the hotel. And he says, why don't you steal your mom's credit card info and get me a cab?
Oh.
So we literally door dashed a Predator to the hotel.
Those are the kind of things that show how out of their minds these people are. And you know, I mean, I guess, frankly, it's weird because that means I'm critiquing their pred technique. But seriously, if you want to get away with this, and you know, this thing that has to be hidden in the dark, to have a 13-year-old ask their mother to drop them off at a big hotel. I mean, like, what mother is even going to start driving there? As in, like, what? For what? You know, I mean, it's insane.
Yeah, even back in the in the TCAP days, one of my favorite excuses. Do you remember the guy tried to say, "Oh, I came here to think about buying this house"? Do you remember that one?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And it's not even on
And
the
Chris
market.
Hansen was like, Chris Hansen's like, it is an open house, but it's a different type of open house. Um, yeah, man, I miss the original, the early days of To Catch a Predator, man. When like nobody, like when we were still surprised that these guys were among us.
I remember another ghost catch because the guy was good looking to me, which is really rare. Too bad there's not more female bred, so you could judge it that way too, or get forced into judging it that way. But you know, mostly they're men, and they're all just horrible. But he caught one. He was in the Navy. He's like 24. He was very, very good looking. Had everything to live for, and he is sitting in his barracks, dialing up a young boy and all that, and goes to a park to meet him. And you could just see the look on his face of like, you know, how screwed he is. Because if you're actively in the military, how much worse that is for you, as in like it's going to get around, and you know, it's not like you're getting you did that, you're out right now. Unpack your locker and leave. It's still going to take weeks or months, and you have to live with all these guys knowing. But they can't control themselves. Would you, Ray? Would you ever go to interview people if you could to that ped town? That I guess it's kind of a trailer park.
Yeah, we talked about that the other night, Miracle Village. I'd like to say yes, man, but I just don't know if I'd want to be anywhere near that place. I don't know. That would.
You're afraid you'd catch it?
No, not afraid I catch it, man. I just I
Catch
believe
the
in like
bug.
I believe in I believe that there's something out there in the universe, like just you call it energy or spirits or whatever the hell you want to call it. I wouldn't go there by myself, not out of fear. I wouldn't want to be. I'm afraid that I would see people like embracing each other, embracing the map lifestyle, and like that's you've never heard me once say like I'm afraid I can't control myself in front of a ped, but like if one of them laughed or if one of them ever bragged about a victim that was a guy, I would need to go with folks. I don't know what to expect. There's no. I don't know, JT. I don't know.
Yeah, they're in such an isolated little world, so they probably be, they make friends, and I mean, who knows what kind of pictures are being traded around there. I got a secret phone, that type of stuff.
That's kind of what I'm getting at, man. Like if I went out there and like you're expecting 50 people to try to be, um, oh God, I hate that. That's funny, but it's funny. So Ray starts the stream hating the gays, and then I come back and JT's on panel. Pick a side, bud. JT is here's a fun one too. Do you know that Gays Against Groomers, one of their chapters, got deplatformed across all of Meta? JT,
I don't even know about them.
Gays Against Groomers. It's like a group of gay people that basically just say, look, we're gay, but fucking hate pedophiles.
So Jonathan Robbins is not a member of that group.
I've never heard him claim affiliation with Gays Against Groomers. So, and the panel channels here, There's one called Miracle Village. There's two of them, and I've seen documentaries on. I want to say both panel channel. Yeah, it's a real place, and one of them is like almost kind of like sponsored by a church, and yeah, it's in Florida. I think Clearwater, Tampa, somewhere, and then there's one in South Florida.
And the nearby town hates it.
I can't imagine what. Can you imagine you fucking buy property and then all of a sudden, like right next to you, they're opening up saying, you're like, oh, what is that? Is it a Taco Bell? Is it a Days Inn? Is it an accounting firm? Like, no, we're opening up a resort for child predators that were convicted. I could not imagine what would go through your mind if that opened up next door to you. Can you?
No, because everywhere you go, they're out in the laundromat, they're in the Taco Bell, they're everywhere, you know. Especially if you were like a family with kids. But weirdly, I don't believe I've ever heard. You'd think it would really strike a nerve and be big news if it happened right around there.
You would imagine so, but you know, if you get 200 of those people together, it's kind of like in prison. You know, sometimes all you learn in prison is how to be a better criminal. You put 200 people together that all have, and here's the thing: I don't know if they're all child sex offender. A lot of times, those sex offender parks, like it, you know, you could have attacked a woman in a nursing home. You could have, you know, sexually abused your wife. Like, I don't think it's exclusively for sexual predators against children.
Miracle Village is a community on Muck City Road, about 3 miles east of Pahokee, Florida, that serves as a haven for registered sex offenders. This guy bring any memories to you?
No.
No, but I mean, he reminds me of the Kevin trailer park guy.
Yeah, that's Miracle Village, man.
On Muck City Road, it's there's some kind of fate that made that happen.
I was about to say that's an ominous sign, isn't it?
How could I've never? I've watched a documentary on it, sort of. You know, I don't know if I paid that good of attention, but Muck City Road.
Yeah, that's and I've looked into a lot of the guys on the registry. They're not allowed. Like, they have a curfew on Halloween. Like, kids aren't allowed to go trick or treat. Like, but nevertheless, man, like, these people are. You know, that's their compulsion is for kids, man. You know, I don't know if there's a place in the world for them, JT.
Sanctuary, City of Refuge. It's located within one of the most isolated and poorest parts of Palm Beach County. Oh yeah, I'm sure Palm Beach County has a lot of really isolated. I know this is a little isolated, but still, that means if they're in the county, it's not hard for them to get to Palm Beach or Fort Lauderdale, the big gay capital, or all that.
Absolutely not, man. That's Did Jonathan want a rehab center? No, Jonathan said that he thought that offenders up to the age of 25 could be rehabilitated. That was how he expressed his idea. You know, so if a 16, 17, 19, 21-year-old, you know, violently assaulted a 2-year-old, you know, I don't, whatever, he has the right to have his opinion. I disagree strongly. But, you know, again, that's everyone's allowed to have their opinion, JT.
In the comments, somebody says, definitely a fun place to have a rampage in. Yeah, like, where are these mass shooters when we need them?
You said that, not me.
It's on Muck City Road. Muck City Road is that away, man.
I'm gonna jump out because I'm getting to where I got to go for work, JT. I appreciate the you should do panels in the morning more often. JT.
I only wanted to show that. I still can't believe I saw that. What was it? Pedalissimo. Hey, Ray? Did you want to order? I'm making a lot of Pedalissimo shirts. Did you want one?
I'm gonna pass on that.
Yeah,
So no,
I'm having a really hard time selling them for some reason.
I think all pedophiles should have to wear a uniform.
That's not a bad idea. Yeah.
Do you remember in Inglorious Bastards where he said, I bet when you go home you're gonna take that Nazi uniform off. And then he carved the swastika into his forehead so people would know exactly what he is.
Oh yeah. I want to see that again. I love that movie. The way they blow away Hitler, I mean, just with machine guns to the point where there's nothing there anymore.
Oh, they had that fucking Scarface moment where they're with the MP40s just smiling with infinite ammunition.
Could you imagine that? What would it be like if part of being on the registry, as it, also enough people to enforce it, that yeah, you want to go down to the Piggly Wiggly and get your groceries, you'd have to wear your big pedophile T-shirt, you know.
Well, they tried, man. Like with NAMBLA tried to get traction. There's as much as we have our little in-house drama and fun stuff in the community. There's morning Colfax with Colfax was good. Gonna look into Miracle Village. They used to tattoo criminals in feudal Japan so people would know what they did. Yeah. All right, panel channel. That's dude. Imagine if panel channel does something where it's not about a panel, like an actual, like documentary style video. I think we might be seeing a new era in
Yes.
community drama and gossip.
The panel channel is the only one that ordered one of my fabulous Pedalissimo T-shirts, 100% cotton.
Well, good panel channel. You cover that, JT. Have a good day, sir.
All right, see you later.
I'm out, y'all. Be easy, everybody.